And joining me now is Matt Pottinger, Distinguished Visiting Fellow at the Hoover Institution, Chairman of the China Program at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. His latest article in Foreign Affairs, co-authored with Mike Gallagher from Congress, the Republican from Wisconsin, is titled, "No Substitute for Victory. America's Competition with China Must Be Won, Not Managed." Matt Pottinger, thank you so much for joining us. Well, Secretary Blinken's warning about sustaining the war in Ukraine by support from China for Russia. They haven't crossed that red line of weapons, but they've done just about everything else, and certainly the oil embargo, getting around that, the banks. Now Blinken is going to be dealing with that. You cite in your article a February report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence that TikTok accounts run by Chinese propaganda outfits, quote, reportedly targeted candidates from both political parties during the U.S. midterms in 2022. How do you think TikTok could influence this fall's election?
Great. Well, look, Andrea, thanks so much for having me. And we'll definitely talk about TikTok in a second. But just on the news that you mentioned with Secretary Blinken right now in China, you know, the red line that you referred to that President Biden drew rather explicitly 2 years ago after the full-on invasion of Ukraine was not just lethal weapons provided by China to Russia, because it looks like China may not have yet provided those weapon systems. But what President Biden said at the time was any material support for Russia's war in Ukraine might cost China access to the U.S. economy. He threatened widespread sanctions. So what we're facing right now, I just want your viewers to realize how important this moment is right now. This is the moment where President Biden will either enforce the red line that he drew 2 years ago or fail to enforce that red line. And either choice is going to have significant consequences. If he enforces it, as I hope he does, that's going to mean that he's going to have to impose real costs on the Chinese economy, probably on its financial system, sanctioning banks and so forth. On the other hand, if he doesn't enforce it, the consequences won't be immediate, but they will be far more grave. And that will be that Beijing will know that it has a green light to continue with these sorts of activities, driving the war in Europe as the most significant material supporter, the most significant diplomatic and propaganda supporter for that war. They are also the main supporter for Iran's war in the Middle East right now. They're the main supporter for the Venezuelan dictatorship Maduro. So this is a really, really critical moment. TikTok, look, Beijing, it's very clear that Beijing intends to use TikTok, and according to U.S. intelligence officials, already uses TikTok to try to influence voters in the United States. And so because Beijing controls the algorithms of TikTok, that means that they can influence what goes viral and what information gets suppressed, and information going to half of Americans. So this is the most powerful media company in American history, and yet it's controlled by the party.
And the U.S. seems determined to try to, especially after the Chinese balloon incident, normalize relations, get the military-to-military communications going again. That was very, very important. But are they too eager, do you think, to keep things calm in an election year with China?
I think so, and here's why. There's a historical precedent for this. And I loved your interview a minute ago with Doris Kearns Goodwin talking about the 60s. The moment we're in right now is a lot like the 1970s. And if you remember this period where we were, it had sort of a humiliating retreat from Vietnam. The Soviets were helping the Vietnamese. The Soviets were driving chaos around the world. They kept secret from us and from Israel the surprise attack by their then ally, Egypt, in the 1973 war on Israel. They were launching Cuban soldiers into battle across Africa, the Horn of Africa, and Angola. And we were pursuing a failed policy towards the Soviets at the time called détente. And the moment we're in right now is a lot like that moment in the 70s where, in this case, it's China is the main adversary with its proxies, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela. they're driving chaos around the world. Xi Jinping has been very open about the fact that the world is in chaos. He uses that very word. And he also says that chaos is the current trend of chaos works to Beijing's advantage. So Xi Jinping sees himself as an agent of chaos. He thinks this chaos is useful. And yet we're using the failed policies of the 1970s. And I'm not just blaming the Biden administration for this. I think they did pretty well in their China policy for the first 2 years, but they're slouching into something that is too deferential, as you say.
Boy, we're going to have to leave it there for now, but that's a fascinating analogy. Matt Pottinger, let's keep talking. Come back soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.